Hello and welcome back to another coffee tasting video. This is a Nespresso centric channel. We deal with the virtual line and the original line of Nespresso. If that is what you're looking for, then you have found the right channel. Before we get started, I wanted to announce the new Patreon contest, and here's how it's going to work. Starting in February, once each month, we will do a drawing for a gift card. The gift card will be a minimum of $20. If you are a supporter at the $10 level, you will have 10 entries there. $5 level, 5 entries, $1 level, 1 entry. We'll mix them all up in the hat. We'll pull out the winner. Whoever that is, they win the gift card. It will be a minimum of a $20 gift card, potentially more, and that will go on each and every month starting in February. So I hope you enjoy that. If you have any questions about the contest, it will be on the website, NespressoReview.com. Now, let's take a look at this week's coffee. Peru Organic. We looked at the virtual line last week. This week, we're gonna take a look at the original line. So let's see how they stack up. All right, part of the Master Origin series, Peru Organic, the aromatic profile. Peru Organic is a fruity coffee with distinct green vegetable notes. The coffee's fine acidity is beautifully balanced by its contrasting aromas of toasted sweet cereals. So it's being described exactly as last week was. We have roastiness 3, acidity 4 again, bitterness 3, and body 3. 6 out of 10 for the intensity. And again, it is a 1.35 ounce shot. So these two, in theory, should taste identical. So let's take a look at the pod. So if you remember last week, we had almost a fluorescent green pod with kind of the lighter green writing. This one's almost like the color of the lighter green writing. There is nothing on the top, nothing on the side, and nothing on the bottom. So there's your pod. So you can see kind of that light green pod, nothing on the top, nothing on the bottom. So this one, again, if it gets lost in your drawer and you don't know what it is, this has no labeling at all. It doesn't say Master Origin. It doesn't say Peru. It doesn't say anything. Kind of interesting. Well, fruity notes, fine acidity, toasted cereal notes, Peru Organic. Let's go brew a shot. Peru Organic, round 1. We're going to use it in the espresso setting. All right. Let's take a look at this guy. Seems lighter than last week. Those have a very familiar smell though. So yeah, kind of that sweet smell to it. But yeah, looking at it, this one does seem lighter, but let's go give it a taste. Peru Organic, round 1. Let's give this a taste. Boy, that is very, very similar to last week. Very similar. Yeah, the sweet notes are lighter than I remember. The toasted cereal notes that were a lot more dominant last week kind of seem like they're very, very, very subtle. But that sweetness is still there. Give me a second. All right, so what I wanted to do is brew these two, and have them come out as close as I could get them at the same time. This is the original. This is the Virtuo. You can really see the difference in the crema. I mean, that's a big difference. And even as it sits here, the virtual line here is holding its crema where the original line is kind of dissipating now. All right, first, the original line. Still very good. It has a nice sweet notes like we saw last week. Just a very good shot. A little bit more on the, if there's a hint of toasted cereal in there, I don't know where it's at. A little bit more on the bite or the bitter with the acid. Let's give the virtual line a taste here again. It's substantially hotter. So the virtual line, oh man, that was way hotter than this one. Yeah, and a different taste too. They're very close. They're both very, very close. I would say if I had to make a distinction, everything that was explained in last week's Virtuo is just more muted. It's just lighter. Not a dramatic taste shift. It's just a different, little bit of a different taste. This one to me tastes smoother than this one does. Even though it has, now I think when they did the acidity and the bitter on the description, I think it was based off this one. Because this one does have more, and I still have it, more acid lingering. But the texture of the espresso is a lot smoother. This one, it's nice, but I think for smoothness, this one wins versus the Virtuo. But I think if you're adverse, and if you have both machines and you don't like acidity and bitter, but you like the flavor of Peru, the Virtuo is going to be better than the original. Yeah, the mouthfeel is just, it's just smoother. It's like almost kind of silky, has a little bit of a, definitely, it seems to me like this has more oil in it, where this one, yeah, it's got more of the fruity flavor. Doesn't seem to hang as long and is a little watery, a little more watery. Both very, very good. And I think in the interest of keeping our comparison straight up, let's go round 2, or would it be 3? I don't know, I guess it depends what you call this. Let's go round 2. Let's go brew another shot. All right, so because it looked so neat last week when I added the shot to it, I'm actually gonna start the milk first. So we're gonna do 4 ounces of milk, just like we did last week, 118 milliliters. We're gonna put that in our frother. We're gonna get 1 pump of vanilla. I gotta do just a hair more. There we go. We're gonna get that guy going. All we wanna do is froth that milk, get a little bit of that silky texture, and get everything blended together. So our milk finished. I'm gonna add that all in here. Oh yeah. Now we're gonna brew our espresso shot directly into it. It's literally floating in the middle. Oh, that's so cool. Awesome. Let's go give it a taste. Peru Organic, 4 ounces of milk, 118 milliliters, 1 pump of vanilla. Let's give it a taste. That one's pretty good also, but I think overall, yeah, that one's not bad at all. It's got a very good flavor. The overall profile, again, that vanilla works really well with it. I think you almost, I wonder if, I'm kind of wondering, this one's so light compared, not so light, I shouldn't say so light. It's pretty light compared to the Virtual line. it just doesn't quite hold up as well in the milk. And so that's why I'm wondering if we're not running into where it almost would take 2 pods to hit those same notes and those same levels. Nice, creamy, smooth, wonderful, very refreshing feeling. This one feels more refreshing, let's say it that way. This one feels more refreshing than the one did last week. The last week's one, the virtual line, had more dominant flavors. This one feels a little more summery and a little more refreshing. The fruit and stuff, I don't know, it feels more summery to me for some reason. So we'll go with it's more refreshing. But overall, pretty good. Let's take a look at what they're doing. Okay, so Peru Organic, again, part of the Master Origin series. These are 90 cents a pod. These are a limited edition. So if you remember last week, I told you that the Peru Organic for the virtual line was part of the permanent line. This one is limited. So if it's one that you're gonna wanna get your hands on, you'll probably want to do that pretty quick because you know how Nespresso works. It's here this week and gone 2 weeks later. So if this one is something that you want to get or try, I would do it reasonably quick. Overall, not bad. Comparing it directly to the virtual line, it's not quite as good. So this one's going to fall into the purchase category for me. 3 out of 5 pods. So yeah, not bad. If the original line is all you have, I'd say pick it up. You'll probably enjoy it. It's pretty decent. 2 hits, 2 weeks and 2 hits for the same coffee. That'll bring us to a close of this week's video. I thank you so much for your time, and thank you to all the patrons. You see them scrolling by here. They have afforded us some more lighting. Hopefully this week it was improved. I know I had to correct my statement last week. I had to put change because after I looked at the video, I didn't think the lighting was better. So hopefully this week it is better. But they have afforded us so much over the year, and don't forget the contest. So if you are a patron, each month, the amount that you're supporting, that's the amount of entries you get, and we'll pull a random name at some point during the month, and you'll win a minimum of a $20 gift card. So that is going to be a fun contest. And if you would like to become a patron, join us over at patreon.com/IPON70. If you'd like to learn more about the channel, or just look at some of our previous media or contests or winners, you can find us over at NespressoReview.com. And if you haven't yet, make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you're alerted anytime we drop a new video, which is Fridays. Until next week, have a great rest of your day.